In the heart of our world lies a strip of land no larger than a small state, yet it holds the weight of millennia. A land that has been a crossroads for empires, a cradle for faiths, and a stage for a conflict that seems to defy simple explanation. What if the story we've been told about Israel and Palestine is only a fraction of a much deeper, more ancient drama? What if the struggle over this sacred ground is not just about politics, borders, or even religion, but about a cosmic pattern repeating itself through time? Let's journey back, beyond the headlines, beyond the 20th century. We often start the story in 1948 with the birth of Israel, or perhaps in the late 1800s with the rise of Zionism, a movement calling for a Jewish homeland. This period saw Jewish migration to untold Palestine, driven by a deep historical connection and centuries of persecution in Europe. At the same time, a distinct Palestinian Arab identity was forming, rooted in the same land, with its own aspirations for the fall of the Ottoman Empire after World War I changed everything. The British took control under the Mandate for Palestine, and in 1917 they issued the Balfour Declaration supporting the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This set the stage for a clash of two national movements laying claim to the same territory. Tensions escalated, leading to riots and violence throughout the 1920s and 30s. The land, promised by different powers to different peoples, became a crucible of conflicting dreams. After the devastation of the Holocaust, international pressure for a Jewish state intensified. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a plan to partition Palestine into two states, one Arab, one Jewish, with Jerusalem as a shared international city. The Jewish leadership accepted the plan, but the Arab states and Palestinian leaders rejected it. The subsequent 1948 war resulted in Israel's declaration of independence, but also in what Palestinians call the Nakba, or catastrophe, where hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced from their homes, becoming refugees. This single event created a wound that has yet to heal, a foundational trauma for the Palestinian people. The conflict didn't end there. The Six-Day War in 1967 was another pivotal moment. Israel occupied the West Bank, Gaza Strip, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights, bringing over 1 million Palestinians under military rule. This occupation and the subsequent construction of Israeli settlements in the West Bank became a central point of contention, seen by most of the world as illegal under international law. Think of the alchemical principles solve et coagula, dissolve and coagulate. Could the intense friction in this region be a planetary process of spiritual alchemy? Is this conflict forcing humanity to confront its deepest dualities, separation versus unity, victimhood versus responsibility, past versus future? Perhaps the land itself is acting as a mirror, reflecting our collective consciousness, a consciousness still trapped in cycles of us versus them. Consider the symbolism. Two peoples, both claiming a deep ancestral bond to the same small piece of earth. Both see themselves as survivors of immense historical trauma. Both have narratives of exile and return. It's almost a perfect reflection. In mystical thought, such perfect symmetries often point to a single, shared origin. Are these two peoples, in a sense, two halves of a single soul, destined to struggle until they recognize themselves in the other? The Zohar, a foundational text of Jewish mysticism, speaks of a fractured world, of holy sparks scattered and hidden within physical reality. The purpose of human existence, it teaches, is to gather these sparks and restore cosmic unity. Could the Israel-Palestine conflict be a dramatic, painful, and very public enactment of this search for scattered sparks, for a lost wholeness? What would happen if the shed pain, rather than being a weapon, became a bridge? And what is the role of the global community? The world watches, takes sides, and pours energy into the conflict, often amplifying the division. Are we unconsciously feeding the very beast we claim to want to tame? Perhaps the world's obsession with this tiny piece of land is because, on some deep, intuitive level, we know that what happens here is a symbol for the fate of humanity as a whole. If peace can be found here, in the most intractable of conflicts, it can be found anywhere. So, is the enduring struggle a geopolitical problem to be solved, or is it a spiritual lesson to be learned? Are we witnessing the death throes of an old paradigm of separation? Or are we simply trapped in a cycle with no end? The answer isn't simple, and it probably isn't found in a history book or a sacred text alone. Perhaps the answer lies in our ability to hold both perspectives at once, to see the harsh political reality and the deep spiritual mystery, and to find a path forward in the tension between them. The story is far from over, and its next chapter has yet to be written. The questions are profound, and they don't belong to any one group. They belong to all of us. What do you think? Is this conflict a cosmic test, a political failure, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a real conversation. If this exploration sparked something in you, please like this video, share it with someone who might appreciate a different perspective, and subscribe for more journeys into the deeper questions of our world. Thank you for watching.